Welcome to Equal Entertainment. I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist. We're learning more about the death of Friends star Matthew Perry. Emergency responders say they found Perry unconscious in a jacuzzi at his house. They say someone else at the home was holding Perry's head above the water at the edge of the jacuzzi. Firefighters removed him from the water, but they say Perry died before first responders arrived. An autopsy has been completed, but officials are still waiting for toxicology results to determine the exact cause of death. The executive producer of Friends says he's in mourning. Kevin Bright knew about Perry's struggles with addiction, but says Perry was focused on helping others on their journey with sobriety.
It's obviously very tragic that Matthew's life should end at 54. And especially at a point in his life where he seemed to have conquered the demons that plagued him for so long. And he was on a mission to help people, and that's what he was focused on, I know, speaking to him a few months before.
Perry spent years battling addiction. A possible deal is on the horizon to end the actors' strike. Both sides have reached tentative understandings on key components of a potential deal. That's according to people familiar with the matter. They say an agreement could be reached as early as this week or next week. Actors have been on strike for more than 100 days. The Songwriters of North America is honoring the people behind our favorite hits. The Sona Awards recently honored Reese Palmer, Allie Willis, Elizabeth Matthews, and Justin Tranter at the Sona Warrior Awards. The point of this event was to honor the songwriters and highlight the struggles they face with getting fair pay. Sona member and Grammy Award winner Autumn Rowe asked writers what they think the public can do to help.
Wow, what can people do to help songwriters in the music industry? Be more inclusive, support other songwriters, be an advocate for songwriters, tell the truth about how things are in our business now, and bring forth awareness so that we can change things and make it better so we can continue to have this job and be paid for it like we're supposed to be paid. And it's going to take other songwriters, becoming label execs like Justin Tranter and offering master share.
So right now, songwriters only make money on the radio. And now the radio is the last stop for songs. It used to be the first stop. So there could be a song with 1 billion streams, and the label's like, no, we're not going to take it to radio. Therefore, the songwriters make $0 or a couple dollars. But if you have royalty points on the master, you're actually getting paid for those streams. So our label has a built-in way for songwriters to immediately start making money once the song is doing well.
I know Terry myself grew up reading liner notes. You could always get the information on who wrote a song, and now it's actually tougher to do now in this so-called information age. When you pull up, a lot of times if you pull up, whether it's Spotify or Apple Music or go on Shazam, there's a bunch of credits, there's a bunch of lyrics, but a lot of times the songwriters aren't included in that, the musicians aren't included in that.
And we just want to be compensated appropriately. If you think what we do, music sells everything but itself. We're in every movie, we're in every television show, we're on talk radio, we're everywhere with music. So then appreciate it that way.
Reprioritize where they sit in the ecosystem. I think right now they're at the bottom, but the song comes first in terms of what gets, recorded first. So it needs to flip.
They have to, we need more lobbyists to fight in Washington for the songwriters' rights. That's very important since we're governed by federal law. And until we get rid of this compulsory license blanket bullshit, we'll never be able to negotiate in a free market. But we need to.
We don't ask anyone to work for free, and the idea that you would just ask a songwriter to give up an entire day of their life to work with your artist and writing is not just like, oh, I'm writing down a bunch. It's like you got to pour your heart and your soul into things. You got to pull, if you're working with an artist, you got to pull them out of them. It's a lot, and they need to be paid for their time.
I think compensation, you should pay a teacher, you should pay the garbage man, you should pay all the people that work in your neighborhood, and yes, you should pay for music.
Music is not free. This is sweat labor. We can't feed our children exposure.
The music industry should really be advocates for the songwriters, keeping everything authentic, real, golden, not getting so caught up into the easy way to do things, and really taking people's personal stories and building on that. Because if we stop doing that, we're going to have this plain, basic, plastic world that is very uncomfortable to live in. We need music songwriters so we can feel.
Do you think the public understand that songwriters are not paid fairly?
No.
I don't think the general public has any idea, and that's part of what makes your work so important, by exposing this travesty, if you will, to the public. And I think the moment you do that, people start realizing how unfair it is, and really it doesn't make sense. So no, the general public, I don't think has any idea how unfair songwriters have been treated in this industry.
The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, which hosts the Oscars, is celebrating students in their 50th annual Student Academy Awards. This year, almost 2,500 entries were fielded from 720 colleges and universities worldwide. Only 14 students were selected, and their films are automatically eligible for an Oscar. Winners say this is an incredible opportunity. I want to talk a little bit about the Student Academy Awards. And would you talk about how you became aware of this program that is part of the Academy?
So I submitted my film to the Student Academy, and I wasn't sure if we were going to get anywhere with it because I've never seen anything similar to that before, and it's hard to know how people will receive it. Yeah. But then we got like the first notification that, we were semifinalists, and of course that was a big deal for us. And after that, we were basically checking the email all the time to see, if we got to the next stage. So we got into we got finalists too, and at that point we were just 3 people left. And then they announced the winners just a month ago, and I was so happy about that because for me that means that there is space in the film industry and also in society for these kinds of films. And it is a little bit special because there's no dialogue in the films, so you never know how that will be received. But we won, so we did something right.
Well, I've been dating Leo since the first semester of AFI, and even when we first met, he was talking about how he wants to go to the Student Academy Awards and how he actually met Asher Jelinski, another, AFI alumni who also won the gold medal in narrative a few years before us. So it was also his goal. And when we were making the movie too, he was like, I want to go to the Student Academy Awards, and he manifested it, I guess, thanks to the Academy.
That is true. Right before I started AFI, I was like, I watched the Student Academy Awards on YouTube, and I was like, I'm going to be there after AFI. I'm going to be on that stage. I just didn't know I was going to be the director and cinematographer to receive the award.
The Kenergy is strong with this doll. Mattel has released a new Ken that is not just Ken. He's designed after Ryan Gosling's much-loved character in the Barbie movie. Wearing the now legendary I Am Knuff sweatshirt, sweatpants, headband, and horse charm. Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa House is not included. You can watch the Advocate channel live by downloading our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. For the Advocate channel, I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist. Thank you for watching.